This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I have got Barb Purdy with me. You are the coordinator for Earth Fest, third one going on in Carleton Place.
Yes.
And you've been there since the beginning?
I have.
All right, all right. Let's talk about how it got started.
Well, basically, you know, the idea of doing something to try to connect with people, encourage, and I think a lot of these events that are sustainable and you know, they try to gather people who and appeal to people who are not necessarily already you know, engaged in the green movement or doing things that are seriously helping with what we, you know, our objectives of trying to reduce waste or whatever, you know, that is. So.
Yeah, and you know, I find events like this, because a lot of people, if they're not doing it already, they want to.
Yeah.
They don't know how.
Exactly.
You know, so they can go.
Yeah, and that's part of the objective as well. It's to educate, create awareness, and ultimately get engagement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there are so many local organizations that are doing great things. So EarthFest was an opportunity to highlight what they're doing and invite them to this venue, which enables a forum for, and not only that, but there's a ton of cross-pollination that's happening between organizations, people who have not met people, haven't really, you know, and I have heard of 3 different situations where, you know, EarthFest has actually created those opportunities by creating that engagement, that opportunity to get together and networking. Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You know, it's people with common interest getting together.
Exactly.
It's almost like going to a conference, but you're opening it to the public.
It is, but it's a fun event.
Oh, absolutely.
So we have a live entertainment. We have Juno Award winner Ian Tamblyn performing free of charge. Everything is free. Our local entertainer Vicki Brittle is going to be there as well. We have a sustainable workshop series of 5 workshops that are outdoors, and then we have presenters at the Grand Hotel as well.
At the hotel then too? Oh,
yes.
Wow, so you're at the marketplace and at the hotel?
Correct.
Okay, all right. You've got special presentations by authors Diana Beresford Kroger.
Correct.
Lorraine Johnson and Jill Heinerth?
Yes.
Heinerth. You mentioned the Juno Award-winning Ian Tamblyn and Vicki Brittle are going to be there too. So, I mean, this is 11 to 3.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more I haven't even talked about.
Oh, I know. I'm just thinking this is only 4 hours, and there's so much more. So yeah, what is it going to look like when you arrive? What's it going to look like?
Well, first of all, there may be limited parking, so you can park over by the Independent Grocers, which is at the corner of McNeely and Highway 7, and a shuttle by Leonard County Transportation will take you to the event. So I want to ensure that people know that, you know, if you're coming from out of town and maybe you're starting, you know, or arriving a little later, it might be hard to find parking. So that's another option. Okay. So once you get there, you will find a host of all kinds of tables of artisans and sustainable environmental products that are locally produced as well. A lot of local and some very, very interesting displays. Everything from solar to, you know, vermicomposting to a local program that we have, Just Good Compost, which is a social enterprise out of Almont, was actually adopted by Carleton Place and subsidized. And that actually came about as of EarthFest.
Wow.
So there's a whole host of, we have Canadian organic growers coming. We have, well, Rideau Environmental Action League is going to be there. Also, Climate Network Linarc and a number of different organizations throughout Mississippi, Madawaska, Land Trust, you name it. There's a whole large range of different organizations that are going to be there. The workshops are really going to be something else. We have our very first Climate, Grief, and Gratitude Circle happening with convener Janet Moranica, who does this internationally. And this is going to be a special way to start the event. Just prior to that, we have a drumming circle opening the event and sage ceremony. So that's occurring at 10:30, just before the event, to get things started. We have we have 4 other workshops happening at the circle, and we have also a number of hands-on workshops for children, which our local horticultural society are providing. So children can, make something to take home. We also have Paint with Janet, so you can make a painting at EarthFest, and that's for all ages, and a mending workshop even, learning how to mend and darn.
That is a talent that people have lost. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yes. I do a lot of sewing and everything like that too. And
Yeah.
even hemming a pair of pants, but yeah, darning socks and fixing things instead of throwing them away.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, how many people went through last year? It was phenomenal, the amount of people you were saying.
3,000.
3,000, wow.
Yeah.
In 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is just amazing.
Yeah.
Now you're this is a committee off of town council as well.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and you're on the environmental committee.
Correct.
Okay. If somebody was just thinking of starting out, they wanted to do something better for the earth, small steps, what would you suggest?
Composting.
Composting?
If your community doesn't have a composting program, don't throw food waste into landfill. Find a way to avoid that. If you have a small backyard, you can still do it. I feel that reduces 10% of the greenhouse gas if we were all to do that.
Absolutely.
So it's an important element. Transportation-wise, obviously reducing your footprint in any way. Reducing the amount of plastic packaging, so making choices that and recycling, and actually truly recycling, as opposed to throwing it into landfill. A lot of people are opposed to the recycling fact that only a small percentage of actual plastic gets recycled, but the fact of the matter is there will be a time when all of that collected plastic will get processed. There has to be a certain amount of it, and there has to be a product that uses it. We need to get up to speed with that as well.
Yeah. Some of this is small steps, but makes a big impact.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah, for sure. Now, the dates for your event, Saturday, May 3rd.
Correct.
And it's at Carleton Place, it's Market Square Pavilion and the Grand Hotel.
Correct.
All right. So
and may I say,
absolutely.
We also have to finalize the whole event. We have a recycled runway fashion show, and that's happening at the end of the day at 3:00 at the Grand Hotel.
Oh, that is so, that's so much fun too, because I remember years ago, my daughter, she's 30 now, but when she went to school, anytime we had an event that the families were all together, we would have a fashion show, but it was all the lost and found.
Yeah.
So all the families can say, well, there's your sweatshirt, there's your boots. That sort of thing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You've got a lot of things to jam into 11 to 3 on May 3rd, for sure.
Yes, we do.
Parking again, go to where did you say?
To the corner of Highway 7
Yep.
and the McNeely Avenue, which is where the independent grocers
There's a
is.
shuttle to get the.
Yeah, there's a shuttle.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you very
Absolutely.
much for joining us today, Barb.
Thank you for
and
having
this
me.
is your third annual, and my goodness, you've got a lot to pack in 11 to 3. So, looking forward to it, and I'm sure you're going to do just as well this year.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap
You know
up?
what? Something I totally forgot to say is that we do have EV test drives.
Oh, okay.
So you can register on the EVCO website, pre-register or sign up on the day. Some will, spots will be full, but I'm sure there'll still be a few spots available at least. Yeah,
Wonderful.
on the day of.
Wonderful. Well, you're
Okay.
a busy lady. You're a busy lady. You and your committee, for sure, for sure. Thanks for joining us, Barb, coming all the way from Carleton Place today.
Thank you.